Welcome to another episode of Unpopular Opinion. As always, I'm your host, Big John Silver, IG name _King_Train_0915. And, as usual on this episode, talking some unpopular opinions. I do appreciate everyone who's watched so far, everyone who commented. I've seen your comments. I'm working with Paul. Well, obviously, when it gets to you. But again, thank you. So I appreciate all the support and love I've been getting. So this week's episode, I put up a question on my IG. And I basically asked, skill-wise, who's the greatest rap group of all time? I'm talking just pure skill, not overall impact. And I'm not surprised by the answers I got. I actually expected the answers I got. And so, with the point of this story, I obviously don't agree. I knew what answer I was going to get. And that's why, we have this episode going on right now. So long story short, I put the poll up. The answer I got, landslided, was Wu-Tang Clan. So in my opinion, off of pure impact in hip hop and impact on culture, I do think that Wu-Tang Clan is the greatest hip hop group of all time, 100%. But now when we're talking about lyrical skill, not at all. There's no way I would agree with that. So to break it down, I'll go through a few different groups, talk what I'm looking for, what I'm talking about, and then I'll go with who I think the greatest is. And we'll go, you guys feel free to comment. We can have this back and forth, and we can have this conversation. So starting off, the first thing I'm going to go with is so obviously you have Wu-Tang Clan, you have Dipset, G-Unit, NWA. I mentioned Slaughterhouse. I mentioned Tribe Called Quest. Even though it's just two people, you do have Outkast, which great impact on hip hop. But when I start thinking about bars, lyrical, skillful bars, you start breaking down artists and you talk about just skills. I feel like a lot of those groups they fall away. They always have a better member. They have someone who's the greatest. Growing up, I was a huge Lox fan, so I guess I'll start with the Lox first. I do think Lox is up there 100%, but the group is definitely mainly carried by Jadakiss and Styles P. Sheik does fall off. If you did a survival of the fittest kind of style rap battle, I think Sheik being a weak link would definitely mess things up for that group. Styles and Jadakiss, their ability to go back and forth with each other and each other's sentences is amazing. Not a lot of groups in general can do that. So I definitely impressed by that. But lyrical content, I mean, their music overall stood the same. It was always that gritty, grimy street rap, which I love. It's my favorite subgenre of hip hop. I love the boom bap. I love the street shit. But I think they're probably the closest to who my possible favorite is. They're probably my number two when it comes to pure skill for rap groups of all time. Then we have, let's talk about Dipset real quick. For me, when I'm talking about skill set, Dipset's not even in the argument of top 5. Impact on culture, Dipset's up there, definitely. They changed the way people dress. They changed everything. They changed the lingo people use. They changed everything when they came through. They came through like a storm. But actual lyrical skill, actual skill on the mic, you had, in my opinion, the worst version of Cam, which is the Illa Fam, Pilla Pam, Killer Cam shit. Where he wasn't really rapping. Not the sports money drugs. Not the Cam that I love. You had this terrible Cam. So that your head rapper right there alone is not doing his thing the way he needs to be doing it as far as skill goes. Jim Jones is all right. He's always, when I did a review of his album, I said it, and I'll say it now, he's always struggled writing a beat, in my opinion. And it's sad because some of the beats he pick are really slow tempo, so he's able to catch the beat with no problem, and he can't. So skill out the window there. Drew Santana was all right. He was a poor man's Lloyd Banks. He wasn't. He looked the part, but he wasn't a great rapper, in my opinion. Don't watch me watch TV. People quoted him, but it wasn't they quoted great bars. They quoted a line because it sounded funny. So then if you break it down, I mean, you have J.R. Ryder, you have Hell Rell. You can go down lower and lower. J. Ryder could rap, but I mean, he's not enough to hold on a group, in my opinion. So that takes them out the window, right? Then we'll go. Who else we want to go with? Outkast. I love Outkast. Andre 3000 is one of my favorite writers in hip hop history. But when it comes to just skill, lyrical skill and bars, I think Outkast will actually get washed out really fast if we're doing a battle rap kind of thing. So I think that takes them out the race as well. Tribe Called Quest, I never was a big fan of Tribe Called Quest in general. I do like some of their music, but I'm not. They just never caught me like some of the other rappers caught me. I've never been a huge fan, but I've listened to their music enough to have a decent intellectual argument about them not being skillful enough to hold on to the thing. One of my other groups that actually did pop into mind immediately, but should have, was The Roots. Black Thought lyrically is one of the best rappers of all time, in my opinion. Lyrically, we're talking about just lyrical rappers. Black Thought is, to me, one of the best rappers of all time. If you don't know who Black Thought is, we can't even have a conversation anyway. But that being said, as a group, as a collective group, it's not the same. One of my favorites is Wu-Tang Clan as far as what they've done for the culture. But anyone who knows me well knows I'm not a Wu-Tang fan at all, musically. I never have been, probably never will be. I tried again recently when I knew I was going to do the episode. I re-downloaded the entire discography and tried to get into it again. And I don't see what other people saw. But yet the answer that kept coming across the board again and again was Wu-Tang, 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 Wu-Tang. On my IG story and my DMs, on my regular comments, it was all Wu-Tang. And I just didn't get, I've never understood what people said, because I've had this conversation for years. Like, growing up in New York City, when you talk about rap groups, Wu-Tang was that premier group. And I remember, like I said, when it comes to impact, if there was a conversation on impact on hip-hop, impact on culture, I think Wu-Tang is definitely the greatest rap group of all time, because their impact was huge. I remember, as a young kid in the late 90s, watching videos and stuff, and you had, like, people in Asia and Europe rocking Wu-wear and rocking Wu-Tang, and, like, the cultural impact they had is unprecedented. Like, there's no one who could, from a rap group standpoint, can even touch what they set as the bar for, helping the culture and building things. I give them the respect in that 100%. However, if we're talking about lyrical skill and bars, Wu-Tang to get washed real quick. In my opinion, the main, because they always change out members, add members, put, who gets on a song. I'm not talking about like their actual group, but the way they've done their songs, they've always mixed it. So when I'm talking about, like, in my opinion, I'm going with the basics of Ghostface, Raekwon, Method Man, RZA, and I'll throw, Or Dirty on there. So the way I look at it, Or Dirty Bastard, one of my favorite rappers, but not because his skill, just the energy. Like, his energy was ridiculous. Like, I loved his energy. So Old Dirty Bastards, I love listening to him. But as far as skill level goes, I mean, sometimes he didn't even rhyme. Like, one of my favorite songs, Brooklyn Zoo, there's like 8 bars that he doesn't even rhyme. He's just saying shit. And he also occasionally had trouble riding a beat, but his hype, his energy was just amazing. Then you go with, Method. In my opinion, Method has one of the best, like, flows / skilled rapping mix that I've seen from rappers in general. Like Method has a crazy flow. Like, he could ride a beat. Like, I honestly believe that if he did an acapella song, it still would be a beat the way his flow went to that you would bob your head to, because his style is just bananas, and he could rap his ass off. Raekwon, in my opinion, is one of the better rappers in the group, and he's one of my favorite. He's actually probably my favorite rapper out of the group when it comes to just rap, but his flow isn't the best. It's a little boring at times. It stays the same. His content's always the same stuff. And then Ghostface, who in my opinion has the greatest flow, probably in my opinion, probably hip hop history. Like, Ghostface flow is like the smooth. Like, if there was a pimp named hip hop, it would be him. Like, his flow is the Cadillac, the mink suit with the gator boots. Like, his flow is just so smooth. Like, you just can't fuck with it. Ghostface flow is ridiculous. But on songs where he's being serious, like All I Got Is You and shit like that, like, he definitely killed it. But most of the songs, he's rapping about nothing. Like, he's literally saying nothing of any importance, nothing of any content that matters. Like, he's just talking crazy with a great flow, but round about, like, Tyrannosaurus burgers and giraffe ribs, and like after a while you have to snap it around. Like, all right, like, it sounds nice, the flow's good, but you're literally saying nothing, bro, nothing at all. So that hurts them skill wise. And then my biggest pet peeve, my biggest problem I've always had with Wu-Tang Clan, I don't know why no one, like, they can't be real friends, because they were all real friends. One of them would have said, hey, RZA, just make the beats and shut the fuck up. One, he can't rap at all. Like, he cannot rap. He tries, he stretches words, he stretches bars. Like, he definitely reaches a lot, but he can't rap. Two, he makes the beats, yet he has the worst flow out of the entire group. He cannot write a beat worth his life, which is sad when he makes the beat. If he was smart, he would literally make a beat that catered to his terrible flow, and then he would make the rest work around him. But instead, he makes these crazy beats that are great, but he can't flow with them. He's off beat most of the time, and there's a lot of good Wu-Tang songs that I love that I cut off in the middle or the end because RZA spot comes up and he ruins the song. He literally ruins the song. He destroys the song for me. So they lose a lot of credit for that because of me, in my opinion. And again, this is just my opinion, but that's how I feel. I feel like, that means a lot. If you have one dude in your, the weakest link in your chain, that's the weakest link. That's what hurts you. To me, RZA is the weakest link when it comes to lyrical skill on that in the group because he can't write a beat and he can't rap. Yes, some of his words rhyme, but he's literally just saying shit just to say shit. It's like, it's the worst. And I re-went back, because like maybe I'm being too hard on him, so I re-went back, and songs in general, like even on I forgot the name of the song, but he's on a song with Kanye on Kanye's album, and he has the worst verse in that song too. He ruins it. Like there's like 5 rappers on there, and they're all killing it, and then he comes on and ruins it with his fucking 5-6 bars. And he's just like, he needs to stop. He needs to keep making beats and make the money moves, make the business moves from behind the scenes, but he needs to stop. Like his rap and his flow just isn't there. I can't go on and name every single group, so I'm only naming a few. But to cut to the chase, to me, to target the best rap group based on skill, in my opinion, of all time, I'm going with Slaughterhouse. I think Slaughterhouse is definitely a very underappreciated group. It's something that hip hop really, really needed. And when they were doing their thing, they didn't get the love. Unfortunately, people hoped they would do their thing and get the love when he signed with Shady and did the Eminem thing, but Eminem messed that up. Eminem fucked that whole thing up by doing his own little thing instead of letting him just, like, honestly, a group like Slaughterhouse, if Eminem would have just said, hey, Just Blaze, get in the studio with them, here's a check, do what you want, they would have ridiculously killed it. Unfortunately, Eminem fucked that up. So even any love they would have got came with a mediocre album because the way Eminem produced. But the first album was excellent. I love their first album. Their mixtapes is crazy. To me, the death of autotune freestyle is still one of the best freestyles ever heard. It's like 20 minutes long of them just killing it. It's like one of those songs where you don't know who the best rapper is in the group because Royce drops some metaphors and some bars and you're like, oh my God. And then Joe Budden comes on, you're like, oh my God. Like oh, he had a bit of verse. Then you rewind it and like, oh no, he had a bit of verse. Then Joel Ortiz kills it. And then King Crooked at the end kind of got rushed. But if you never heard it, do me a favor, go Google Death of Auto-Tune. Slaughterhouse is like 19 minutes long, but you can't even tell how much time went by because of the fact of how they kill it lyrically. Then on songs, like literally any song they do, like always one gets one over the other. Like you listen to a song, like, yo, damn, Crooked got that song. Oh shit, Royce took this song. Oh, Joe Budden took this one. Oh, Joel killed this one. Like they all came up and spit up bars. And then individually, in my opinion, if you broke it up again in a battle format, individually, I honestly don't think any of the other groups would be able to hang with those 4 guys individually. Joe Budden, Joel Ortiz, Crooked I, Royce the 5'9", they're fucking rappers. They are a master of their craft, which is just bars and lyrics. And when we're talking about skill set, that's what you need. Imagine 4 of the nicest rappers you've ever heard in your life lyrically in one group. I mean, I don't think there's any competition. Anyone could, debate if they want, but I just don't think anyone would be able to handle it, including a Styles P. Jadakiss back and forth. Like I don't think they'll be able to handle the same kind of pressure from the lyrical content and lyrical ability that Slaughterhouse has. I just don't see it. You're talking about people who are just like they're built for this, man. I'm sad that we'll never get to see the Glass House album. Their last album that's supposed to be amazing. I'm sad they're not making music together anymore, and they had their little rivalries, little problems, little thing. But as a group, though, they were the rap group that we needed at that time, definitely. Because, the way hip-hop was going, no one cared about lyrics or bars anymore, and they kind of shunned that light. I got to see them live 2 times. I loved watching them live. They did a great live show overall. But to see the love they get, the energy they get, like I've been to quite a few rap shows, and a lot of it is just like, all right, well, I'm going to bow my head to the beat and listen. But not many of them are like, yo, I want to hear them rap. And this, you got dudes in the stand like spitting ball for ball. It's not like a song you sing when you go to a concert and you want to sing a song with the people. They're spitting just lyrics. Most people don't repeat the lyrics. They just listen to the concert, and people in the crowd were like literally lyric for lyric spitting the lyrics back because it's like writing. It's like listening to and reading a deep poem. Like the way they spit is just ridiculous. So in my opinion, I don't think lyrically any rap group you name can fuck with those 4. I did have a few people who agree with me. No surprise. Most of the people who agree with me are rap heads where they just care about lyrics and bars and don't really care much about music. So I kind of expected that part. But landslide, avalanche, everyone said Wu-Tang. I just give you my opinion on why Wu-Tang is definitely not the most skilled rap group of all time. But I will give them, in my opinion, they are the greatest rap group of all time when it comes to just an overall hip hop collective, culture, impact, music. I would give them the greatest of all time. But, that's my opinion. That's my unpopular opinion. This is Big John Silver representing the 2021 vision. And, let me know what you think. Comment. Get ready for the next episode. Unfortunately, for a while, you're probably going to have this beardless John. Makes me sad, but, it's whatever. Enjoy the episode. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button. Share it. Tell your friends about it. Let them know what's going on. Also, hit subscribe and the bell to be notified when new content is loaded, because there's much, much more to come.